Big Task Weekend was originally a brainchild of a group of individuals. I guess it was about 5 years ago that I had two clients at the same time, Kaiser Permanente, that was going through the implementation of a new advertising campaign called Thrive, really focused on what was more important, which was preventive care and wellness as a part of healthcare. At the same time, I also had a client, Safeway, that was focused on a new campaign around the ingredients for life. And in one regard, you had Bernard Tyson over at Kaiser, and you had Mike Manassi, Chief Marketing Officer over at Safeway. And I made a suggestion that the two of them get together because geographically their footprint was almost identical, and there was an opportunity, I felt, given that they both were positioning themselves in the wellness space, that they could do something from a joint venture perspective. We started exploring some ideas, and we found that it really did make a lot of sense. Things like sharing Kaiser Permanente information, nutritional information inside of Safeways, etc., became rather obvious. But then the question was, well, who else could be invited into this discussion? Well, early on again, Pepsi was making a major movement toward understanding and reinventing themselves to a healthier and better for you organization led by Indra Nooyi at the time. And with that, we invited in Pepsi. We invited in individuals in the health and wellness arena from Kraft. And all of a sudden, we had Pepsi, we had Coca-Cola, which often didn't happen in conferences back then. And we had YMCA, and we had the Girl Scouts, and we had Martha Stewart, and we had the AARP, and we had the American Diabetes Association, and I could just keep going on and on and on. We had about 60 individuals at its peak focused on health and wellness and how collectively, through collaborative action, we could achieve great initiatives. And some of the exciting ideas where one very large retailer was working with a large supplier of medical equipment, working with a healthcare vendor, asking about how could we provide mammograms for women all across America in a retail channel. So the ideas were pretty exciting, actually, that was coming out of it. So we decided to grow and expand and take the idea of collaborative action and spread it. So we began to launch new rooms of collaborative action. So now, as you well know today, we have all the rooms from financial literacy to education reform, etc. But what's more important, the vision of Big Task was always for people to bring their big tasks to this weekend, but more importantly, not a weekend, to a community. Early on, we were doing regional summits and regional dinners. We were doing websites with collaborative capabilities. Now, with the advent of Cisco joining us, we're able to use their collaborative technology so that the collaborative communities can be year-round, which is very exciting. It was always my dream and our dream as a group to teach people as well that not only is collaborative action the new way, it's the best way in order to achieve great things for society, but it also was always our intent to teach people that a strong focus on collaboration, which of course with our methodology and our research, we realized that you needed a strong focus on not only collaboration, but relationships to make collaboration work. Because what Big Task was it was a special place. It's always been a special place. Everybody always said that we were able to accelerate relationships quicker and better because that's what we did at Frazee Greenlight. So we decided to take all of our intellectual property around relationships and collaboration and high impact teams and put it in Big Task and serve others in them achieving their big tasks. So now we actually have an entire room called the Collaborative Action Community, which you can see online, which has all the methodology and 15 to 50 now contributing researchers, high powerful academics who've been doing great work in understanding the collaborative and group space, helping us define an open source methodology. Really, I mean, my dream is that Big Task isn't a weekend, and Big Task isn't even a community, and it's not even unique to Big Task. But Big Task ends up creating a collaborative action movement so that people are touched by it in some way and they go back to their organizations, and they use that same process and those same lessons, and they bring them to the boards that they're on, and they bring them to their families, and they bring them all over the place. And also that people just begin to come and they pick up the collaborative action community and they take it to their places. So that Davos begins to use collaborative action, that TED begins to use collaborative action, and the methodology that we incubate, and we'll always be incubating it in service of others. Very humbly, we want to just do this and make other people's big tasks successful. We don't want the credit. We don't want the recognition. All we want to know is that we were able to enable other people's big tasks to happen more powerfully and effectively for them and the people that they're trying to serve. And that's it. That's the Big Task Way. It's very exciting for us. And this year, among others, it's really a very poignant and important time, because it's a time when we're really at a tipping point, when some major organizations have recognized the uniqueness of what we're creating and are coming on board for the longer term and building and growing something that's going to be so impactful for society and for the people that join. So that's what Big Task is.